I want to win a championship. Number one, you want to always build to win a championship. But if we're doing it right, and the sustainability for what this league is going to be, it is opportunity and the opportunity to play in the NFL.
I think it's the best thing the league can do. It's the best advertising the league could have. And even within the players' ranks, players need to see that.
Abram Smith makes a man look silly. Another huge run, and he's in the end zone.
And I had so many players in college that didn't get that extra look because there was not a league to help them get another chance and fulfill their dreams.
Trent Harris with the sack.
Over the course of these weeks that we've played games, there's been a lot of guys from every team that have shown and displayed that they really deserve an opportunity.
DiNucci, end zone, he's in!
This is a stepping stone from between college to the NFL level that a lot of these kids need. The film is the magic ticket.
It's really getting that film for NFL teams to look at to get that opportunity at the next level.
The NFL's going to like what we're showing on tape.
Whenever you step on the field, that's your resume. You know, when I evaluate players, I'm watching the tape. All you got to do is turn the tape on. Teams that we've played against, and you say, hey, man, that guy, he deserves to be playing on Sundays.
I mean, most coaches, most scouts are going to pull the film out and watch the football. These are the players that they need to fill those holes.
We'll definitely identify with some places that these kids can fit into that make sense. Because let's face it, you might get an opportunity somewhere, but if your skill set doesn't fit, you're just going to be a camp body.
Not every player is going to fit in every defensive scheme or every offensive scheme, right?
I've told our guys, this is a tryout for 32 teams. I think we're going to see the fruits of that at the end of our season.
Abram Smith, a 5-yard rushing touchdown.
At the end of the day, you want guys that have talent. At the end of the day, you want talented players. And we chose talented players who stood out on tape for us, who fit what we wanted to do offensively, defensively, special teams-wise. We, as a staff, the coaches, did a phenomenal job of evaluating players. You know, there was over 2,500 names on this list. Just from communicating, understanding what type of guys fit what we wanted to do. When you go to Spain, you gotta speak Spanish. When you go to France, you gotta speak French, you know? So I can't give them a player that doesn't necessarily fit the scheme. When we talked about building our team and what we wanted that to look like, we knew we wanted to run the ball. And we were able to watch Abram, knew about him a little bit. I talked to multiple people in the pro side to get additional background. Why is he not in the league, man? What am I missing? We were fortunate enough to be able to hit on Abram, and we liked him. We all ended up agreeing that Abram was the guy for us.
It's #1 pick of the XFL draft.
Welcome to the XFL. And thank you for the opportunity.
Abram's a good player. He was on our board too, and looking back, wish we would have got him before Von.
Smith, a huge hole over the left side, showing the burners. Abram Smith, no one's gonna get him. Touchdown.
To take him first overall was a lot of guts, number one, by Reggie Barlow and Von Hutchins. I have the utmost respect for Von Hutchins as the DPP.
I think he's earned an opportunity to be in the NFL. I think he's a 53-man player in the NFL. You know, he has to get to the right scheme. I think he's an inside-outside zone type of runner. Runs hard, is physical, is tough. He can catch the football, he can pass protect. I mean, that's a 3-down back at that point.
I'm watching it. I literally texted Von during the game going, I didn't know he had that juice. I didn't know he had that juice. He's just a really dynamic player. But he's dynamic. In my mind, he's the MVP of this league.
He's going to owe us some of his signing bonus for that big game he had against us.
Abram Smith up over 200 yards on the ground.
He was a guy that, for whatever reason, didn't stick with New Orleans, but he has a chance to get 1,000 yards here. Another NFL team is going to like him. I'll tell you that personally.
I think Von's done an awesome job. He has built a team in his vision and Reggie's vision that is at the top of the standings for a reason.
The sheet of paper started off with Von's vision
It started out with what he wanted this team to look like, and this guy really deserves an opportunity to pick players in the NFL.
This league, if you win, you're going to have a chance to advance, if that's what you want, to a higher level. And he's a great example of somebody who probably, when this thing started, everybody said, how is this going to go? Vaughn has knocked out the ceiling and done a great job where he's at and has exceeded everybody's expectations.
Lynch brought down. Fourth sack tonight by the Roughnecks.
Pass rushers are a different beast when you look at the league and the NFL.
Tamu pressured. He is dropped. Ball is out.
That's a premier position in the National Football League. It's hard to find guys to rush the quarterback. And when you have that unique thing where you can put pressure on and get sacks, it's the hardest position to get.
So much of the front seven defensively is about fit. And when you're talking about pass rushers, you're talking about down linemen, it's all about how you fit them in your scheme. Whether you're 3-4 or 4-3, these edge players, how they figure in, how they don't. I remember Trent Harris going to Miami 2 different occasions to see him. When he got to the NFL, it seemed like people were trying to stick a round peg into a square hole with him. Some teams tried to make him an inside linebacker. He's not an inside linebacker. The best thing he did at Miami was rush the passer. So I credit Mark, Wade, with what they've done with him.
He's learned techniques. He's learned how to use his hands better. He's learned to use that first step. And so, I really think he'll have a lot of teams that will inquire. The league is really trending toward 3-4 defensive outside linebackers, and he does everything the right way.
This kid's always been a really good pass rusher. So he finally found a fit where they allowed his skill set to be accentuated like they did at Miami. I think he'll end up getting another opportunity in the NFL as a rusher. Stop trying to make him an inside linebacker, because that's not what he is.
Here's the thing that I would give Trent Harris credit for that maybe a lot of other guys don't, is if you watch his special teams production as well, like he goes hard on special teams. He's one of our leading tacklers on special teams. And he's going to have to do that to play in the NFL, right?
Danucci flings it, and it is caught.
Do not let me get hot, son. You're not getting me. This was the most fun I've had playing ball in probably, 10 years.
Danucci, end zone. He's in.
I think Ben will get an opportunity for sure. I think he's grown as a player. He's also grown as a leader and a person.
Let's go for the win. Yep. Let's go.
When he's a member of the Cowboys, he's not necessarily looked at to be the face of their team. He's really been the face of our team. He's been the one leader of our team throughout thick and thin all year long, even as much as a lot of the coaches. They depend on him. We all depend on Ben. And it's been a nice burden that's brought his game off the field to another level as well. I'm proud of the way he has progressed because let's face it, early on, he has made a lot of mistakes. He's kind of ironed that out the last part of the season and grown from that. And I think that's when it counts most, when the games are biggest. And he's really been good during big games.
Danucci, Gordon caught it. Gordon's backstepping. Gordon's gonna score.
So to be able to have someone who is on an NFL roster to be able to say, man, I made it from the XFL, and if that's because of Vaughn Hutchins or if that's because of Joey Clinksdale or if that's because of Randy Mueller or whatever else, knowing that you were given that opportunity, but to say you had a little piece of it, a little part of it, heck yeah, that's prideful, man. If you don't feel it, if you're not involved in it, then you're probably in the wrong business.
Game, hell of a job, man. Awesome game, man.
Ultimately, to see your players succeed and make that jump and they can stick, that's awesome. And I know that feeling. I've been there, and I was able to do it for a long time. I want them to get a piece of that. Some of these guys are tapped in and dialed in, and they want it bad. And I want to help them get there. And if I can't this year, I'm going to try again next year and the next year. And if they get there this year and their name gets called out and they say so-and-so from the St. Louis Battlehawks, I'll probably start tearing up a little bit. It's just, that's awesome. That's what this is all about.
But our goal here is to get as many back to the National Football League as we can. And let's say if they don't make it, then we want them back. We hope they go. We want them to succeed. We don't want none of our guys back. But you know what? If they want to come back and they don't make a team, hey, come back, let's do it again.
That's what this is about. This is the league of opportunity. We gave them an opportunity. They took advantage of their opportunity, and they get to a point to where they want to be. It's perfect.